Back to school season is in full swing, and while it's exciting, it can also be a little overwhelming, especially for co-parents trying to juggle routines. Joining us today to perhaps make this a little easier is Chelsea Gajewski. She's a divorce attorney and practice manager at Sodoma Law in Belmont. Chelsea, it's great to see you. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, what's your best advice for co-parents who are trying to stay organized as the school year is in full swing?
Best advice is to print out that school calendar. They're in advance online as usual, and then get your custody agreement, plan out the calendar, and then also extracurriculars, getting ahead of those, getting an agreement with your co-parent on what the children are going to participate in.
Okay, I want to talk more about that in just a second, but can we go to communication? When it comes to that, what do you think that co-parents should keep in mind, again, during the school year when kids are maybe going between homes, that sort of thing?
Open communication and putting everything in writing. I love when parents can talk in person, but also just a recap, a text message, an email. I'm so glad we were able to agree on softball in the spring. Something in writing, just because people will back out, and just having it in writing will be helpful.
That is very wise. That is definitely good advice. What about when it comes to responsibilities? You know, which parent pays for the school supplies or takes the child to the after-school activities? What is the best approach when it comes to that?
As it relates to communicating with your co-parent?
Communicating and figuring out who's doing what.
Yes, look at your custody order if you have one, or your agreement, and identifying that. And again, communicating with your co-parent, looking at the calendar, getting in advance information, because I find that a lot of people wait until the last minute and then they're scrambling, and then that leads to disagreements.
Yes, and then you're fighting all over again, and we don't want to do that.
Right.
Yes, so the more you can look ahead, as you mentioned, put it on the calendar so everybody knows this is my week and these are the activities that start, all of that. You feel very strongly about keeping kids out of the middle of these kinds of disagreements or conversations. Can you say more about that?
Yes, you never want to involve your child in a disagreement. They want to be excited about softball or football, and if they hear mom and dad can't agree who's going to buy them the shoulder pads, that's going to put a hindrance on their ability to enjoy the activity or whatever's upcoming.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any advice for parents how to best be able to do that? Because I know that sometimes if things are getting heated, you know, you might make an offhanded comment under your breath, or your child may hear you on the phone with your ex-partner. How do you advise your clients to keep their cool and to not put the child in the middle?
Having a really good support system, whether that's family, a therapist, to vent to that person and learn coping techniques. Your attorney's not really going to be the one, but they will have some advice. But having a really good support system and being able to manage your emotions.
There are so many coping techniques that you can turn to that are healthy behaviors that can help you in the moment when you feel like you're going to lose your cool and you're going to say something or text something that you're going to regret. You can call on those things, and you know, it's a very helpful for sure. For someone who might be struggling with their current custody arrangement right now, or the way this is going, they feel like it's just not working, what can they do?
They can contact us or any other attorney. That would be my best advice. Getting ahead, figuring out some tools and resources, and implementing them.
Remembering not to put the children in the middle, and that you really both love these children more than anyone else on the planet. So you've got that in common.
Right, exactly, 100%. Yes, you built this life together and this child, for sure.
Great stuff, Chelsea. Thank you so much. For more information, go to sodomalaw.com. Again, it is sodomalaw.com. Thanks again.